We're Dalila,
Tiziano,
and Maria Giovanna, and we're gonna be your virtual tour guides.
we're from Italy and we are interns at the Five Lamps Arts Festival in Marino College.
We'll show you the main points of interest you need to visit if you're in Dublin.
Come on, let's go!
On your first day with us, we're going to visit O'Connell Street,
O'Connell Bridge,
Halfpenny Bridge, the Spire,
the GPO.
and a small tour about James Joyce.
Come on, join us! Our tour starts in the city centre, in O'Connell Street. O'Connell Street is Dublin's main thoroughfare and one of the biggest roads in Europe. It begins near the River Liffey, from the O'Connell Bridge, ending with Parnell Street. The road layout is simple, yet elegant, not much different from the Champs-Élysées in Paris. It's a pleasant road for a walk, for its spacious sidewalk, and is full of people at many times of the day.
Contrary to popular belief, O'Connell Bridge isn't a perfect square. It's wider than it is long by a mere 5 meters, and therefore is the only traffic bridge in Europe wider than it is long.
The Halfpenny Bridge, officially the Liffey Bridge, is a pedestrian bridge built in May 1816. Before its construction, there were 7 ferries that carried Dubliners across the River Liffey every day. The ferries were in bad condition, and therefore William Walsh, the ferry operator, was informed that he had to either fix them or build the bridge, and he chose the latter option. He was granted the right to extract a halfpenny toll from everyone crossing it for 100 years. The toll was eventually dropped in 1919, but by that time the nickname had stuck. While the toll was in operation, there were turnstiles at either end of the bridge.
The Spire of Dublin is located in the middle of O'Connell Street, and the first section was installed on the 18th December 2002, after the design was chosen from a large number of submissions in an international competition. It is 121 meters in height and was erected on the old site of Nelson's Pillar, a monument which had stood for over 150 years, until it was blown up by former IRA members in 1966. The upper part of the spire sways gently when the wind blows, reflecting the character of the city's climate. Like any other monument in Dublin, the spire has its own nickname, the Stiffy at the Liffey, the Stiletto in the Ghetto. The GPO, General Post Office, is sited in the centre of O'Connell Street, and it's one of Ireland's most famous buildings and the last great Georgian public building in the capital. The GPO is the symbol of Irish nationalism, and if you get closer to the pillars, you can see the holes caused by British gunfire in the battle against the Irish in the Second World War.
And now let's head to James Joyce Tower and Museum. The museum is situated only 30 minutes from Dublin city centre. The tower was a Mortello Tower, a small defensive fort built in response to a threatened invasion by Napoleon Bonaparte at the beginning of the 19th century. The Mortello Tower here in Sandycon enjoys worldwide fame as the location James Joyce chose for the opening chapter of his masterpiece, Ulysses.
The novelist himself spent 6 days in the tower as he was waiting to get cured after being stabbed in Dublin. The tower now houses a museum where it is still possible to see a recreation of the room Joyce lived in for a few days. Swaney's Pharmacy is featured in James Joyce Ulysses. Today, Swaney's is maintained by volunteers dedicated to preserving the shop as it was in Joyce's time. Here, you'll find a selection of second-hand books and the perfect location for daily readings of Joyce's work in different languages. And of course, the lemon scented soap that made the shop famous.